cause I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Aldrich Barca set to kick off.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Gordon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
23-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Gardner. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So the possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
30-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
42-yard line.
First carry for their fullback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
2nd and 4.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From just shy of midfield. Carr on this burst, hit and intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Gardner. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
This is the tight end fake. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Gardner. And he's caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. To throw on second down. Gardner. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
About a half-yard from the end zone, third and goal.
Back to throw. Gardner. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
Touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Lining up
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
makes the score Broncos 7, Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Justin Houston.
It was Justin Houston who got him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr dancing to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you got to take care of the football.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Their own 49-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing on first down. Gardner. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Gardner. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead will grow. Good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
For 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. the gun, it's Carr. Able to get away. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Throwing his Carr on third down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. To throw again. Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10. Throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 26, they'll line up on second and 4. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off-play action. Gardner eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Gardner. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Taylor Muse able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
19-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. For the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now 24.
Makes the score Broncos 24, Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr, he's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3 and get a great shot to do it right here.
Got a man open, it's Sutton. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, Gardner. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Royce Freeman, the intended target, and it's second down. Throwing again. Gardner. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
4th down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. This will make it into the end zone. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. This is going to pull back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll look downfield for Ward. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Operating from the gun, Gardner. And this one is incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Gardner. Scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes him. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw, it's Carr.
Open, that's Henry Ruggs.
Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jacobs now. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll go down the run before getting this inside the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Carl try it again on 2nd down. Catch made, it's Moreau. Now loose football, the ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's into the clear. 20.
Keep going, keep running,
and this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
To number 21. Touchdown.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Brandon McManus.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Second and 3.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Carr. This is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
That is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Denver.
Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film. You just flush it and never go back and review.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And here they get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. To throw his car. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? If we shut you down, they're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Melvin Gordon.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown.
Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 55, Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
first down. Logan. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run again with Logan. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And the big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They run with Logan. And we'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Pass the trap. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Broncos 55, Raiders 7. Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. KJ Hamler returning it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's...
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. This one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Isaiah Oliver brought it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Freeman again.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.